very sensitive skin and are prone to sunburn and bug bites. To combat this, they use their mud bottle to cover themselves in mud, which basically acts as a sunscreen. Their horns are made out of keratin, which is the same protein that makes up our hair and fingernails. We will now be crossing over the Indo Bridge that has a 50-foot drop to the bottom. If you are student host, you can recommend closing your eyes, just like your driver is. A brand new outdoor orangutan habitat that was built to stimulate the orangutan's physical, social, and intellectual needs. The 7 orangutans that call the Toronto Zoo home will slowly be introduced to this new 13,000 square feet space, each at their own pace and comfort level. Just a friendly reminder that since the orangutans still have the choice to enter their new habitat, it may be a bit of time before guests will be able to see the orangutans in there. But the space is still super cool and worth checking out, and there is still an indoor habitat where the orangutans can be seated. And coming up on your right hand side are the giraffes. There are currently 4 giraffes in our care, and the one standing up there is Nico. Giraffes stand at about 6 meters tall with 2 meter long legs and a 2 meter long neck. Their heads weigh about 25 pounds, which is equivalent to the size of a basketball. There's a lot of behind the scenes work that goes on here at the Toronto Zoo to save and protect species, especially those species that can be found right here in the Rouge Valley. The Toronto Zoo encompasses 287 hectares of this important Toronto watershed that is just over to the left of us. On the left is the largest urban park in North America, the Rouge National Urban Park. And coming up on your right-hand side, we will be passing by the Bush Camp. This is an overnight experience here at the Toronto Zoo, in which we'll sleep to the sounds of the cackling hyenas and wake up to the sounds of the roaring lions. If you would like to find more information, please visit torontozoo.com. The zoo also takes part in many conservation programs involving the Rouge Valley, including the Blandings Turtle Reintroduction Program. The zoo collects eggs from non-viable nests and raises them here at the zoo for the first 2 years of their lives before releasing them back into the wild. Since June 2014, more than 600 turtles have been released into the Rouge National Urban Park. And as we make this turn, we are headed towards the fastest land animal on Earth, and is someone who I would never date again because he was a cheetah. Cheetahs run at speeds topping 120 kilometers per hour. However, they can only hold this speed for a short period of time before needing a long cat nap. Cheetahs can reach these speeds due to their non-retractable claws, dislocated shoulders, and enlarged nostrils, lungs, and hearts. Though it may be difficult to see them from this angle of their habitat, they are more visible at our second stop, which is Africa. And although cheetahs are the fastest land animal, they are not the fastest animal on Earth. That record belongs to the falcon, which can reach speeds of over 320 kilometers per hour. This fits in nicely as we pull up to our first stop, which is the Canadian domain. If you would like to see the grizzly bear, the wood bison, and of course everyone's favorite, the raccoon, please wait until we come to a full and complete stop and only exit from the right side and right hand side only. Okay. Once again, just a couple reminders while we are on tour that there is absolutely no eating or drinking, and we ask that you please remain seated at all times. We are now entering the African Savannah section of the zoo. This section of the zoo has the greatest number of animals for the least amount of walking. Here there are animals ranging from tigers, lions, cheetahs, zebras, giraffes, and much more. We also have ostriches in our care, but they are currently off display due to influenza. Ostriches are the largest and heaviest birds in the world, and because of this they are unable to fly. These birds weigh between 250 to 300 pounds and can reach heights of up to 9 feet tall.
We're not going to have time to see
Ostriches are the fastest runners of any birds or two-legged animals and can run at speeds at about 70 kilometers per hour.
We did polar bears under.
We are now pulling up to our second stop, which is the Africa stop. If you would like to get off, we ask that you please wait until we come to a full and complete stop and only exit from the right side and right hand side only.
No, we walk down here.
Once again, please exit from the right side and right hand side only.
This only runs till 4, I think.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think so. It'll take a while to get her off.
Well, to get any of them off.
Job and get help. Oh, yeah.
No, it's okay, Lucy, it's okay. Don't you worry. Alright, great. So you'll come down first. Great. Yeah, it's okay, Lucy. We're getting off here, okay? Yeah, I'm taking you. I'm taking you with me. I'm taking you with me, Lucy. Okay. Just down here. Yours is this one right here. Yep. Right here. This one's yours. Tuck that down there. Perfect. Okay. Yep, but yours is right here. Yep. Got it.
What was that wheelchair locked in back? Oh, must have been so it wouldn't rock back and forth.
Yeah, it was, but they unhooked it.
Oh, looks like it's stuck again.
Don't worry, Lucy, you're in good hands.
Just
God bless America.
Get back to the main. Is the best way for us to wait more than that? You're done hearing. It's a good bit of a long way back. There's only one, right? Okay, so we'll have one. Okay, that'd be perfect. Yeah, we could be able to put someone here that we can, because we'll definitely. Okay, ready to go. Last and third thing on me.
What? You gotta go to the bathroom? They didn't? You're in the wrong place for that, apparently. I don't know.
Follow this here to the sidewalk, and then we can get in. Yeah, there's one coming up soon. So, yeah, just stay on the road because there's a bit of a step down here. So just we'll go because it's flat right up here. Right where that yellow, right where the yellow ends, it's flat, so we can just roll right on.
Nice job, everybody.
Yeah, but there's a little bump here. It's not too big here, so I can help you. So just careful. There's a bit of a step down. About an inch. There we go. Okay. Miss Corey.
We're all clear.
Next one, I
Probably. Yeah, that girl didn't go with us back there.
Coming up on your right-hand side are the wood-to-see cattle. And what we see is what to get. There are currently 3 cattle in our care. Their names are Marge, Maggie, and Ralph. Ralph is actually a 2-year-old baby wood-to-see cattle that had just recently joined us. And he's a cattle with the smaller horns. Now their horns may appear heavy, their horns are actually very hollow, made out of blood vessels to help keep them cool on hot days. So this just basically acts as a personal air conditioning unit. For those of you just joining us on the Toronto Zoo Zoomobile, my name is Shakanya, and your medical driver up at the front is Alex. Just a couple of interviews will be on board that there is absolutely no eating or drinking, and we ask to please remain seated at all times. Coming up on your left and right hand side, you will be passing by the old monorail station. Browse is stored in the blue barrels, and browse are basically just white leaves and flowers are stored in the blue barrels to help keep them fresh and useful to improve your mind. You can also see our Thunder Air Ride. This is a two-person zipline that takes you all the way up to the top of the pole you're passing and flies you over mainly polar bear habitat and Thunder Track. Here you've been able to see the CN Tower at the top. Coming up on your right-hand side, the Jaguar. Look recently turned 19 years old, which is considered to be pretty old for a species. It might be be a little difficult to see look at, and we'd like to spend the majority of your time outdoors. And right beside Luca are the flamingos. A fun fact about flamingos is that they are actually born with white feathers. They turn pink over time due to the amount of shrimp that they eat. And finally, coming up on your right hand side is the home of the caribou. Caribou have a very thick winter coat to help keep them warm in chilly temperatures. Another name for the caribou is also known as the reindeer. We are now entering an exclusive part of the Zoomobile tour and entering a staff-only area. The operations complex is a main service area with more than 250 employees who keep the zoo operating on a daily basis. You will also notice that we are passing by the Wildlife Nutrition Center. Did you know that the zoo's grocery bill is over $1 million per year? This is the same amount of revenue that is brought into parking each year. So if you did pay for parking today, give yourself a pat on the back. And coming up on your right hand side, we will be passing by behind the back of the polar bear house, in which you may be able to see one of the polar bears in its back habitat. We currently have 4 polar bears in our care. Their names are Juno, Aurora, Nikita, and Hudson. If any of this does seem interesting to you and you'd like to get out, the answer to please wait until we come to a full and complete stop and only exit from the right side and right hand side only.
Oh yeah, the Tundra. And this is where you said there was a restaurant up here.
And we're all clear. And for those of you just joining us on the Toronto to Zoomobile, my name is Savannah, and your wonderful driver up at the track is Alex. Just a couple reminders while we are on board that there is absolutely no eating or drinking, and we ask that you please remain seated at all times. Coming up on your right hand side, we will be passing by an area called the Shady Acres. Shady Acres is basically a retirement house for the older Mongolian horses in our care. It might be a little difficult to spot them as we like to give them as much privacy as possible, but not to worry, we will be seeing the younger herd of Mongolian horses shortly. And coming up on your right hand side are the lion-tailed macaques. We have 2 monkeys in our care. Their names are Gunther and Vina, who are brother and sister. These monkeys like to play a quick game of hide and seek, so be sure to be on a lookout. And I do see one of the monkeys sitting on top of this rock. Just like chipmunks, these monkeys have a special pouch on the inside of their mouth where they are able to shove food when they do feel threatened. These monkeys are native to the mountains in southwest India and live in groups of about 10 to 20 individuals. On your left-hand side is the home of the Zoomobile fan favorite, Dead Like a Long Train. Patrick actually really loves his Zoomobile and would be seen following along the lot, but he is also a very shy boy and likes to play a quick game of peekaboo. If we're lucky enough, we might be able to see him as we pass by. Model cranes are native to Africa and can be heights of up to 6 feet tall and have a wingspan of 8 feet long. We are now about to be entering the Eurasia drive-thru, and once again there is absolutely no eating or drinking while on the ride. Please keep in mind that this is a space where there will be no barriers between us and the animals. So with that being said, please keep all arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times, and please do not try to reach out and touch the animals. And in a couple of seconds, you will also be feeling some bumpiness underneath of you, so be sure to hold on tight. These bumps are just called cattle grates. Not to worry, they do not hurt the animals in any way. This just ensures that no animal can escape the drive-thru. If you happen to drop something, please either let me or our driver know. And for the safety of everyone on board, please do not attempt to get off of the vehicle.
Do we have any ECVs available? And if
Turn
there
around,
are
please.
there, would you be able to drive one
There are
first?
currently 3 animals in our Eurasia drive-thru. The first one is on your left-hand side, and these are the West Caucasian tourists. There are currently 4 male tourists in our Eurasia drive-thru, and the most dominant male has the largest horns, which the nature also looks the same. Male and female tourists live in separate herds and only come together for the breeding season, which is between about February and March. Also on your left-hand side are the yachts. There are currently 6 female yachts in our Eurasia drive-thru, so that does mean every night is ladies' night.
on the limb.
Female yaks produce a pink milk that is high in protein, but trust me, it does not taste like strawberry milk because I tried it and almost yacked. And finally, coming up on your left-hand side are the last animals in the Eurasia drive-thru, and these are the Mongolian wild horses. These horses are native to Mongolia, so in the winter they grow really thick coats of hair to help keep them warm. At one point in time, there were only 15 Mongolian horses left in the wild. Thanks to captive breeding programs like the one here at the Toronto Zoo, their numbers have significantly increased and a new herd has recently been released. The Toronto Zoo had recently welcomed a 4-month-old baby camel to the world. Her name is Carrie, and she was named after Carrie Fisher. She was born on May 4th, which is also known as Star Wars Day. She can be seen coming up at her next stop, which is Eurasia. We are now about to be exiting the Eurasia drive-thru, and once again we will be going over some cattle grades, so be sure to hold on tight. Now this may be the best or worst part of your ride. As we wait for the gate behind us to close, I will be sharing some jokes. What do you call a grizzly bear with no teeth? A gummy bear. I'm a rocker. How do bees get to school? By using a school bus. What did the judge say when the skunk walked into the courtroom? Over in the court. We are now pulling up to our next stop. If you would like to get off, we ask that you please wait until we come to a full and complete stop and only exit from the right side and right hand side only.
You're clear.
And we're all here. Coming up on your left-hand side, we will be passing by Sterling the miniature donkey and his two alpaca friends, Reggie and Gerald. Now Sterling the donkey does believe that he is an alpaca, and we just let him believe that he is one too. Coming up on your left-hand side is a special events tent. This is where the zoo hosts many special events. It is also one of the several venues that you can rent for your own event. By the Inverted tigers. These are the largest of all tiger subspecies, with males reaching up to 700 pounds. On your left-hand side is what I like to call the Screaming Children Habitat, but the proper name for this is also known as Splash Island. Unfortunately, this is closed for the season. As natural as possible. You may be able to notice some fallen trees, and these are here to naturally decay so that the nutrients are absorbed back into the forest. It also creates a great habitat for small animals. You might also feel that it does feel a little cooler, and that is because when the leaves are fully grown, it creates a canopy over top of the road, making it about 10 degrees cooler in this part of the zoo. Tigers are also sometimes visible from the zoo, so be sure to keep your eyes wide open. Coming up on your right-hand side, you will be able to notice some plastic bins along the fence. This was just used as enrichment for the tigers. We are now pulling up to the main station. If you would like to get off, we ask that you please wait until we come to a full and complete stop and only exit from the left side and left-hand side only.